And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the ball game. Adam Gore, Brian Baldwin, back by popular demand here for tonight's broadcast between ICC and ASU Mid-South. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Maybe we'll have a few people watch tonight. Nothing really else going on TV right now.
Yeah, I expect a strong contingent to come in from Takapola, my hometown. We'll have a viewership from Calhoun County for sure.
You're the mayor there, right?
Self-proclaimed.
Yes.
Yeah, we're an unincorporated area, and I incorporated us.
Nice. So, Brian, appreciate you coming back out tonight. ICC, ASU Mid-South. We got a little pop in the microphone. Don't really know what that's from. But anyway, we'll continue on here. So you've seen the Lady Indians this season. Your thoughts on the Lady Indians coming into tonight's game?
Well, the last game I was here and I was able to watch them play, I was really impressed by their pressure defense and how they were able to dictate what they wanted to do up and down the floor. They pushed it on offense. Did a really good job of taking away the middle and their diamond and one pressure. Didn't have to get into much in the half court. I expect it to be a little bit different tonight, but I like the way Coach Porter's squad played last week, and they're playing currently on the year. They're playing better of late.
Absolutely, of course, coming into this game after a big win over Northeast last week to continue to be undefeated in North Division play. You see the Lady Indians starting lineups called out here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups, and let's start with ASU Mid-South. And to start with, number 1, Chiquita Caldwell. Number 2, Alindieva Lockett. I do apologize if I'm saying any of these names wrong. Number 11, Ashley Puig. Number 14, Adrian Chambers. And number 32, Aaliyah Lee. That is your Coca-Cola starting lineups for ASU Mid-South. Lady Greyhounds coming with a record of 5-10. For ICC, this will be your starting lineup tonight, being brought to you by the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Company. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And here is your starting lineups that Coach Porter hopes she's got that winning combination put together tonight. Whitney Watkins will be wearing number 4. Number 5, Zaire Burgess. Number 20, Shemaya Williams. Number 22, Sarah Freelo. And number 23, Keely Wilson. That is tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups. ICC comes into the game with a 9-2 record. As we talked about, 2-0 in the North, but that don't really matter because this is a non-division matchup. I believe the last non-division matchup of the year for the Lady Indians. So, Brian, you kind of touched on it earlier. Let's go ahead and talk about it now. What's it going to take for the Lady Indians to be successful tonight?
They got to control tempo. They got to minimize turnovers. Pretty much the name of the game is get up field goal attempts. More free throws, shots near the bucket's going to win the game tonight. This team's out of West Memphis. The roster's pretty good. They got some size. They have 4 good guards on the floor. It'll be a test tonight for the Indians. A really good barometer to see where they are going into the rest of conference play.
The Lady Indians picked up a 71-47 win in the last meeting. They're coming off a 66-55 road win at Northeastland. Maya Pfeiffer starting to come into her own. She had a big week. She shot 13 of 16 from the field, scoring 27 points off the bench and grabbed 18 rebounds in those 2 games there. So you'd like to see the freshman continue to grow up tonight.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see. Like I said, coming off a big game last week against Northeast, I guess that's what they in Tunica, a trap game.
Yes. Most definitely is. That ball, kind of the First American National Bank opening tip, kind of just bounced around all over the place and eventually settled as it was last touched by ICC. ICC in their home grays, Mid-South in their black uniforms trimmed in red and white. Now, you'll like this, Mid-South. They are the Greyhounds.
Nice.
Because they've got the racing track.
Oh, yeah, Southland Park.
Yes. Not that we condone gambling.
It's really hurting the tourism industry in Robinsonville currently.
Yes.
We'll just put it that way.
So Mid-South with the basketball. No score early on in the contest.
ICC did a good job of getting from a diamond and 1 backing into, I guess you would say a zone. Drop back into 2-3.
15 seconds now on the shot clock. Mid-South, great ball movement, but equally good movement defensively by ICC. Step back long, 2-pointers off the mark, no good. Rebounds, body hitting the floor, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by ICC, and not really sure there. They're going to say let them play.
I thought that was a lot of contact early in the game. Usually that's where you kind of make that call, get control early, but if that's the way it's going to be, I like ICC's depth in this one.
So inside they go. Nice quick pass. Layup is up in and good. That was Lee with the basket. First points of the contest, 2-0 Mid-South.
One of the things about a zone, you can't guard all parts of the floor. Just had a quick seam to make a nice pass to the bucket. Good score by Mid-South.
So ICC trying to answer now on the offensive end, working around the perimeter. Inside they go with it now. Burgess out to Freelo. Jumper on its way. High arching off the mark, no good. Nice block out underneath that time by Lee. And Mid-South off to a pretty good start so far, holding ICC scoreless on their 2 trips down the floor. Lee's jumper left well short that time. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll go back to ICC.
You know, based on what I've seen out of the first few possessions, if Itaewon was able to keep the area near the bucket pretty much sealed up and force those corner threes, I really like their chances to holding Mid-South to a low field goal percentage.
8:50 to go now here in the first quarter. ICC trailing 2-0. Jumpers left short, no good, and another rebound. Good job by Mid-South to continue to keep ICC off the boards. So the Greyhounds with the basketball now, working on their side of the floor. Lead it 2-0, 8:32 and counting here in the first quarter. Mid-South will go that little high-low set. Freeload broke up the pass, but the loose ball into the hand of Mid-South, but they miss an easy jumper. Now here comes ICC wanting to get out and run. Watkins eyes, tries, buys the three-point basket for Whitney Watkins.
That's her game. That's the closest thing to a layup for a shooter. Run down the floor, run your lane, get to your spot up, knock it down. Nice pressure defense by the Indians here.
Take it away, the layup, count the basket. Let's go back and look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay here as she got the steal, was able to finish strong around the basket, and a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way here for ICC.
I mean, you know, the trend continues. Keely Wilson is good in transition. Up and down the floor, she's really talented, and this is not the first time I've seen her finish a tough layup like that.
So Wilson will go to the free throw line, and we may need to keep it down near free throws. It's kind of quiet in here.
We use our golf voices.
Yes. A tradition like no other. As the free throw is up in and good. 3 points now for Wilson. And ICC, after falling behind 2-0 quickly, and there's another steal. Watkins lays it up, and another foul. Happened so fast I didn't have a chance to see it. Watkins gets the steal, the layup. She's got 5 quick points in the contest.
You attack the rim, you can get the other team in foul trouble, you can impose your will early, and we can get on to the boys' game. I kind of like the flow so far early in the first quarter for the Lady Indians.
So ICC with their large lead of the night now at 6. Free throw on its way, and that one good as well. 6 points now for Whitney Watkins. A hot start there for the sophomore.
You know, made bucket, free throw lets you get back into your pressure, makes it tough. The more passes you can make them make in the back court, the better off you are. They'll just give one to you here in a minute.
So Mid-South with the basketball. Good job that time being a little bit more patient working up the floor. ICC falls back into 2-3 zone. Inside they go, and that's going to be an undercut foul there. And a pretty good call that time as Burgess just kind of got tripped up and cut her feet out from underneath her.
I'd like to give a shout-out to veteran referee Mike Nobles. He always does a good job. He's consistent everywhere he goes. He likes to let him play, but if any offender or defender gets an advantage, he's pretty good with the whistle there.
Substitution in the game now is going to be Lamaya Pfeiffer into the contest. This substitution being brought to you by the ICC BSU, and there's another steal by Wilson.
This could be a bucket.
Wilson kicks it out. Long two-pointer on its way. Yes!
Nice job attacking the rim. Old basketball conventionally say go to the basket there, but man, you know, new wave, the way it goes, draw, kick out to a wide open jump shooter. That's just like a layup half the time, especially in rhythm.
Yeah, especially Whitney Watkins. She's got 8 of ICC's 11 points so far in the contest. Lady Indians trailed 2-0, now currently on an 11-0 run. They lead it 11-2. Inside they go. Nice feed inside, and that's going to be a blocking foul. She was inside the arch that time. Good help defense on the backside by Williams. Just didn't quite get set up in the right spot in time.
Yeah, you know, it's 2 instances here so far where they hadn't been good positionally, you know, let their bodies kind of get into the offender. They got depth. They'll be okay, but you would like to kind of to stop that from happening going forward.
Lady Greyhounds with the basketball. They spot up for a long three-pointer. It's off the mark, no good. Sarah Freeload chases the rebound down in the corner. Now here comes ICC. This is Wilson with the basketball, surveying the defense, kicks it out to Williams. Williams jab steps, but a good job defensively getting back by Mid-South. Watkins wants another three. Yes!
She's on fire.
Whitney Watkins hits her second three-pointer of the quarter, and ICC takes a 14-2 lead. We'll take the break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action as we reset out of the timeout. 6:43 to go here in the first quarter. I would say ICC, but Whitney Watkins red hot to start this contest. She's got 11 points and's already hit a pair of three-pointers. When you got a shooter like Whitney Watkins, when she get heated up, you want to get the ball to her quickly in your hands. And so right now, if you're ICC, nearly every possession needs to go through Watkins.
Yeah, for sure. If you hold Mid-South to one shot on the defensive end, you rebound, you get out in transition, she runs her lane, she spots up with the 2 or the 3. She's going to get it up. It might be in. I mean, the way she's feeling right now, it's probably going to be in.
Three-pointer off the mark that time. As now up the floor they go, trying to push it up the floor to Watkins that time. Broken up, and ICC will keep the ball on the baseline. Good idea. Just got to get up there a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit higher on that pass.
Yeah, throw it out, lead her, let her catch it, run underneath it, lay it up at, near the bucket. Look for ICC to get a shot near here in the corner.
Pfeiffer with the basketball now. Going to work it up top to Wilson.
There it is.
And they do kick it out to Watkins. So she got another one in her? Yes, she does.
You know, if Mid-South sits in that 2-3 zone, it's going to be a really long night. It's been a long first quarter for them. If this was an NBA basketball game with the pace of the game, we'd be on Chalupa watch for 100 points already.
Yes, no doubt on that one. 17-2 now is your score. Mid-South needing a basket in a big way, and there's a turnover on the travel.
I feel like we should get me Toro on that.
Yes, I like it.
The 100-point Chalupas or something like that. We can do that.
I will go talk to them tomorrow.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Nice. It's always good when you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Absolutely.
ICC with the basketball now. This is going to be Wilson with it on the right wing, trying to go off a screen. Does so in the paint. Shot is blocked. Gets her loose ball back. Shot is blocked again. Good hustle that time by Mid-South. Going to end up in a transition basket here. That layup too strong. Offensive rebound. No, but there's a foul.
Pretty good defense there. Coming back in transition by number 14 for Itawamba, Tatiana Norman. Unfortunately, I hate to say it was a bailout foul, but I really didn't feel strongly about the Mid-South girl finishing the second bucket. I'd like to have a good two-handed contest there, turn around and block out on the shooter.
Pair of substitutions coming in the game here for ICC. Zuri Dunlap wearing number 3 and number 10. That is Scarlett Guest. Those substitutions being brought to you by our friends over at the Bank of Okolona.
Well, Guest coming in the game, look for more attempts from the three-point line from the corner. She likes to get it up from there.
That free throw is off the mark, no good. This is Caldwell at the free throw line. Boy, I tell you what, Mid-South jumped out to an early 2-0 advantage, stopped ICC a couple of possessions, but it's been all Lady Indians since. Second free throw, that one bouncing around, comes off the top of the backboard and falls through. So a much-needed point there for ASU Mid-South.
10 years ago, that bucket wouldn't have counted.
Yep.
Yeah, good rule change. Good luck for her for the rule change.
So with 5.5 to play now, ICC 17-3. Wilson lets traffic clear, goes up, and a late whistle. And one of those, I think another bailout one there. Yeah. It's not a whole lot of contact. The defense went straight up that time, but did create the contract.
Yeah, I think the official rewarded her for a nice move. She made a good reverse pivot on the opposite side, got to the middle of the lane, did a nice pump fake step through, and I would say pretty much a bailout right there.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So Wilson to the free throw line here. She's 1 for 1 on the evening so far from the charity stripe. First free throw is my fault on jinxing her for the miss.
It's all right, man. It happens. She got a nice form, though. I like this one. I'm going to go ahead and say this. This goes in.
So winning the tail end of this two-shot opportunity here for Wilson. Free throw is up, and Brian called it.
A corner three and a made free throw. I'm 2 for 2 so far.
All right, so what's the final score tonight of the LSU game so I can go run to Tunica?
LSU by 6. I don't know the final yet.
And there's a layup on the other end. As soon as Coach Porter says don't foul, guess what? They commit the foul. Chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way coming up here. Is that basket good for Lockett?
One way that you can keep an offensively deficient team in the game is by allowing them to get up and down the floor in transition. If Itawamba can have good backside basket coverage in their pressure, they'll be okay. You do want to force a quick shot, but you want to force the shot you want them to shoot. You never want to give up the layups.
Lockett completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way there and makes it a 12-point contest now. As Wilson picks up her dribble now over to Freelow, and Freelow travel.
I got to keep her pivot foot there.
Yep, say it's one of those. She was upset for a second, then shook her head in agreement with the official, and I do agree, just drug that pivot foot just a little bit too much before putting the ball on the floor. And now the ball goes back to Mid-South. So Mid-South doing a good job weathering the storm, trying to claw back in this one.
Sure, absolutely. And a dead ball turnover is not the worst thing that can happen if you're at Itawamba. As you get in your pressure, they pass the ball back and forth.
And Mid-South dribbles through it that time. There's Freelow, stole it away, but just can't keep it in bounds.
Nice hustle on the backside there. The pace of the game favors Itawamba with their depth. All right, especially early in the first quarter. I see a little huffing and puffing out of Mid-South thus far.
ICC will be back in action at Mississippi Delta on Thursday when they step back into division play. 5:30 is the opening tip there. We're still waiting to see if we're going to broadcast that game or not. Waiting to hear from our friends at Delta to see if they'll be streaming it, or we might be on the radio.
Moorhead.
Moorhead.
I used to live in Indianola.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we used to do some stuff over there at the MDCC. I actually know the guy who's the president of the college now.
Okay.
He's a roommate of Josh West, my friend from Blue Delta.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
Reed Abraham. Yeah, Dr.
Nice.
Reed Abraham.
The foul is the 5th on ICC, so it results in free throws here, as this will be Lee to the charity stripe. They got the best chant in all of the MACJC. Go ahead, Mohead.
I like that.
Actually, I've got a shirt from that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. What, the Yellow Dog Cafe?
yep, I have 8 there.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah. You know, I'll say this about Mississippi Delta. I'm going to venture a guess they're not going to be streaming it, but I'm going to issue a challenge to Reed Abraham to get it streamed for you.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what they got going there. ICC with the basketball during that break in the action. Overton checked into the contest for ICC. She had the ball slapped away, and it looks like maybe the young lady from ASU Mid-South, yes, she was out of bounds when she touched the basketball. Substitution coming in here from Mid-South. This is going to be Johnson checking in. Speaking of our friends from ASU Mid-South, we do want to welcome those that may be watching this evening here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the red channel. As there's an inbounds pass, just a little too slow that time, and there's going to be a foul whistled here on Freelo. And so once we started talking about the game, I think we jinxed it. We said, okay, they're going to let them play early. And
Chalupa
now,
watch.
yeah. And now the whistles are blowing left and right here.
Yep, it's allowing Mid-South to get back in the game. Score when the clock stopped. It's always the best friend of a team that's behind.
18-7 is the score. 4:20 to play here in the first quarter. As that free throw is up, in, and good. I believe that's number 11 at the free throw line. Pagee.
And you get the Greyhounds at Mid-South, and right across the river at Southwest, they're the Salukis.
Yes.
So a battle of the skinny racing dogs there.
Yes. We play them often in baseball.
And they got a good program up there.
So
Longtime Verde Sales basketball disciples up there. Cedric Henderson is now the coach for the men's basketball team. They're doing a good job as well.
kind of a lazy pass there. ICC dodges a major bullet, able to get the possession back. We talked about ICC. They need a basket this trip down the floor. It's been a minute since they've been able to put points on the board. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Turnaround shot is up in and good. Big basket knocked down that time by Burgess. Stops a little bit of the bleeding there for ICC. Lead back to 11 now, 20-9. Ball slapped away, taken away by Overton. Overton wanting to go coast to coast. Her layup is good.
Nice finish in transition. Nice.
So Overton, as we said, she's played pretty solid in that backup point guard position this season, and a big basket there for ICC. Pushes the lead back out, 22-9. 3:24 to play here in the first quarter.
When Overton comes in, she's a fresh set of legs. She's able to pick up tempo defensively, and that really helps them get up and down the floor a little bit.
Pagee with the three-point basket. Pushes the lead back now to 12 with 3:10 to play here in the first quarter. First quarter that just doesn't feel like it's going to end.
I know, it's been lasting a long time. I mean, it's like they know that there's nothing else on television for everybody else, right?
Exactly.
All eyes on this.
Overton's jumper good. She's got 4 points. Lead now is 12. They've doubled up the Greyhounds. Greyhounds with the basketball, though. Puts the jumper up. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound slapped out. Still loose on the floor. Still loose. And still loose. And now it's going to be a jump ball. Well, it's one of those where they've been calling fouls back and forth, so you can kind of tell when everybody's going for the basketball. They didn't want to commit that foul, as ICC will send in a trio of subs here. Gandy, Wilson, and Normant into the contest here for ICC.
Look for Idawamba to make a run right here. I like this this five they have on the floor. Going to be pretty good in transition. It'll allow them to get good pressure in their full court press. And Brownlee being the main post player, she can get up down the floor and run the floor. So look for them to score some buckets up and down here.
And I guess they're resetting the shot clock here back to 30 seconds. Not really sure what that was all about. Either way we go. 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. ICC 24-12. Good to see some of the fans coming in here, slowly but surely filling in the Davis Event Center. As that shot off the mark, no good. Rebound to Mid-South. Students are back on campus, but as we talked about the national championship game tonight, don't imagine to have one of our larger crowds tonight. You know, if this is back in Marty Cooper's day, the game would have got pushed to Tuesday.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. he would have canceled if Ohio State was playing.
Hey, no doubt.
If the Browns were in the playoffs, something getting moved.
3-point basket on its way from Wilson. That's not her shot. Probably one of those you like to see her drive and attack the basket.
Yeah, she had a lane, a gap to a drive there. I fully expected her to go to the rim. Kind of uncharacteristic of her. That's all right. Every once in a while, you got to get one up and see if you're feeling it.
Lee checks into the contest here for the Greyhounds. 1:55 to go here. ICC 24, Mid-South 12. Wild pass, and ICC takes it away. Overton, layup is no good, and could have been called a little bit more than a regular foul there. She came in pretty aggressive. The referees want to talk this over. Nothing you like to see there, and especially in a non-division game, as that was a tough spill for Wilson into the goal here. But it looks like they're going to keep it as a normal foul instead of calling it intentional. Nope, they're going to call it an intentional foul.
Shout out to Coach Carey Ball and them for Itawamba for springing for the nice pads down there on the goal.
And no doubt. So a big foul there. Is that foul called on Lockett? And this will send Wilson to the free throw line. Her first free throw left a little short.
Like what I saw at Itawamba there defensively. Good backside coverage, got a steal, got out in transition.
So waiting the second free throw here from Wilson. It's on its way, and that one good. So right now, if you just look at her stat sheet, makes one, miss one, make one, miss one, makes one.
Yeah.
So ICC does get 1 point out of that turn there, pushes the lead out to 13. 14 has been the largest of the night, and after the foul, ICC will get the basketball on the intentional foul call. Andy.
What's good for Itawamba, they've gotten out to the sizable lead, and when you're playing from behind, like Mid-South is, you have to go man, which they're not really comfortable doing. Look for Itawamba to really attack the goal then, as well as they just get that possession.
Absolutely, as foul call there on ICC reaching in. And that foul should go on Norm at number 14.
She's active defensively. I like her. She gets after it up and down the
floor. She does. She's one of those that when you're being guarded by 14 from ICC, you know you're going to have a long night because she's going to be in your hip pocket all night.
Absolutely.
So this will send the Greyhounds back to the free throw line. First free throw is off the mark, no good. So waiting the second free throw to come up here for the Greyhounds. 25-12 ICC. With the lead, that free throw is up and good. She now has 6 points to lead all scorers in the, to lead, not all scorers, but to lead ASU Mid-South is actually Whitney Watkins leading all scorers with 14. That shot's off the mark, no good. Rebound, tipped out, but just couldn't be held onto by Gandy.
Aaliyah Lee, number 32 from Mid-South, really affected that play. Gandy made a nice drive to the bucket, got there, couldn't quite get the shot up over a contested player, kicked it out for the uncontested three. You know, that's about a 40% shot as it is. So worked out for Mid-South. I like Itawamba's chances, though, getting forward. Gandy might want to draw the contact next time and see if she can get to the free throw line.
Jump balls in favor of ASU Mid-South. Their ball on the baseline. Into the corner they go for a quick three. It's well off the mark, no good. And Gandy on the backside with the rebound.
Yeah, look for her to push it here and see if she can get to the rim.
Gandy sends it into the corner. Gets the ball back now. Trying to go inside, nothing there. Drives, pump fakes. Shot is off the mark, no good. Well, a good-looking pump fake that time to get the defender to go away, but just couldn't quite finish the shot. Loose ball on the floor. Still scrambling for it, and Gandy finds it.
ICC's got numbers. They need to push here.
Inside 35 seconds to play now. About 10 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. ICC 25-13. Started out red hot, but kind of cooled off as this quarter progressed here. Gandy with the basketball now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. She's going to go to work.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to stay in front of her on the drive here.
Gandy kicks it back out. Spot up three on its way. Good.
Nice job of Gandy penetrating to the bucket, drawing the defender, kicking out to the wide open three. 1 for 2 in those, just like the previous possession. About a 40% shot, like we said. Getting layups or uncontested threes, you can live with that if you're Coach Porter.
ICC has hit 4 3-pointers here in the first quarter. They lead at 28-13. That's the largest lead of the night. Long two off the mark, no good. Rebound, and that's going to do it. ICC 28, the Greyhounds 13. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back as we get set to start the second quarter of play. ICC with a 28-13 lead over ASU Mid-South. Adam Gore, Brian Baldwin in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth as we've got another quick whistle. Lee Adams on the sideline taking photos for ICCimages.com. Madison Haley running Twitter and Snapchat. Follow us there at Let's Go ICC on both of those. And Raphael Henry's up top running the camera for tonight's broadcast. We do appreciate everyone tuning in. If you're watching, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know at Let's Go ICC.
Always interesting to see what teams do coming out of the halftime out of their set. Itawamba was a 1-4 high. Looked to get a nice post up for number 5, Burgess there, but it was a foul beforehand.
So early on going here, it looks like now Mid-South is going to play a man-to-man defense. They were in a 2-3 earlier. Wilson drives inside. That shot out of control. Looking maybe for some contact, didn't get it.
Yeah, not going to get bailed out there.
Shot on the other end, no good, and ICC rips the rebound. That's going to be Williams getting the rebound. All right, so let's talk about it. We saw ICC in the first quarter start the quarter hot thanks to Whitney Watkins. What does ICC need to do to continue to build on this lead here in the second?
Don't foul. If they can keep the game going and the clock running up and down the floor without putting Mid-South at the free throw line or baseline out of bounds play, stuff like that where they can get set, I really think the game probably get out of hand. But then you keep attacking the rim and attacking the offensive glass, they'll be fine.
Well, it's almost like there's a large hand, invisible hand, just swatting everything away from the basket right now for ICC. 3 decent looks that time and couldn't get any of them to fall.
Yeah, you know, sometimes they struggle around the bucket scoring. They don't have a big space eater in there until they sub Pfeiffer in. So right now with this lineup, they probably need to get up and down a little bit, get some some more transition layups.
So Wilson's going to take over here at the point guard position, dribbles over to the left side. Watkins is in the corner, free low, going to set a screen. Wilson goes opposite of it. Her jumper's up, no good. A lot of standing around watching the rebound that time, but then ICC takes it away. Burgess with it, gets it over to Williams. Williams wisely backs it back out and resets. So this is Wilson with the basketball now. Going to dribble over to the right side. Trying to work off a free low screen again. Now over to Watkins. Watkins three-pointer. Yes, she's still red hot.
String it up.
17 points. She's got 4 three-pointers in the game so far. And she is looking like Brian Baldwin back in his high school days. Back in your South Pontotoc days.
She shoots it about as much as I did, that's for sure. She's got a way better percentage.
So Pfeiffer, we talked about her a little bit earlier, needing somebody that gets a little bit of size in there. She's going to come in and try to control the paint. They immediately go inside to challenge Pfeiffer. Her shot is up. But nice move that time by Lee. She's got 5 points.
And one thing for Itawamba to look for here offensively, when they attack the basket and the big girl from Mid-South drives to help off, they need to find the girl she's guarding. In this case, it'll be Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer will be open on the backside. Just clear it out.
And this time they try to go inside. The pass off the mark, and ASU Mid-South gets it back. Now here come the Greyhounds. Greyhounds trying to convert turnovers into points here to see if they can slowly but surely chip away at the lead. Step back three-pointer off the mark, no good. Pfeiffer chases down the rebound.
Itawamba can live with that shot for sure all night long.
Here comes ICC with the basketball. Whitney Watkins driving inside and a whole lot of contact, and they're going to call a charge. Good call that time.
Yeah, she was a little bit out of control. Would have liked to have seen her come to a jump shot, a jump stop, and look on the backside. She had a wide open teammate on the opposite box.
So substitutions into the game here. Gandy back in. Also checking in is going to be Guess in the contest. 7:10 to go here until halftime. 31-15 ICC with the lead.
Nearly a steal right there.
Mid-South with it, thought about the three, and yep, traveled. You're starting to see that a lot more because you see guys that play in the NBA get away with that little quick step and not necessarily put the dribble down when you're supposed to, and that's just part of the professional game trickling down into the college level.
Yeah, one thing that's not taught enough or even well enough is jump stop and then the proper use of the pivot. The kids don't understand how to use a pivot when you come to a jump stop, which foot you can use, how many steps you can take. A little bit of a lost art there in basketball.
Inside drive, dropped it off to Burgess. Looking like Tim Duncan with the kiss off the glass that time, and that's going to be her 4th point of the contest.
Nice dribble drive, draw a defender, find your teammate on the backside.
18, that's the lead, and that's the largest of the night so far in the contest. Mid-South with the basketball. Trying to slow things down a little bit. Get a good possession this trip down the floor, and you got to feel like the possession needs to find its way through the hands of Aaliyah Lee.
Yeah, absolutely. Itawama's dropped back into a zone. I hate to say drop back, but they've gone to a zone. And like I said, when you go zone, sometimes you can't cover all parts of the floor. Give up a little bit of a contested three right there.
Yeah, Burks buries that one for her first points of the night, and they were trying to go to lead just over her head and ended up in a good spot.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. I live my life by that code. 6 minutes of play here. 33-18 is the score. Gandy with the basketball. Tries to force that pass inside. Gets it back. Long jumper on its way. Back iron no good. Rebound's going to be a long one. Guess had it, but it was slapped away, and now it's going to turn into a two-on-one opportunity here. And how was that not traveling? I don't know, but the layup is good for Mid-South.
I think it was such an unorthodox move. Nobody expected it, and that's how she got away with it.
So the basket was good, and ICC takes a timeout. We'll take the timeout with them. Let's hear from Little Caesars and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back out of the timeout. 33-20, Mid-South on a little bit of a run here. Wasn't necessarily a spirited timeout that time, just a timeout by Coach Porter to get the girls to regain their focus.
Yeah, they had a couple empty possessions. Sometimes you got to get them under control, dictate the shots you want to get, at least for a possession. Try to get into your zone pressure, and increase the pace a little bit.
Yeah, not the shot they were looking for there. Well off the mark that time. ICC reaching at the basketball. Another three-pointer on its way. That went back iron, no good. A long rebound ripped down that time by Normant. And now ICC trying to get up in tempo. Normant didn't have numbers, going to wisely back this one back out. Over on the corner they go to Gandy. Gandy, step back, fall away jumper, yes.
I feel like we could have gone with a cool Jedi shirt that says, "This is not the shot you're looking for."
Yes, 100% there as Gandy knocks that one down. Her first points of the night. Did not get to start tonight, as the lead now is 15.
I like the matchup for Itawamba with Gandy versus Tatiana Burks there, number 13 for Mid-South. Up and down the floor, I think Gandy has the advantage.
There's a foul called that time. It's going to be on Pfeiffer. That's going to be her second foul. She'll check out. Checking into the contest is going to be Tamoya Brownlee. Brownlee will check in. 35-20 is your score. 4:39 to go until halftime. We'll have our Little Caesars halftime report. We'll take a look at some Sonic stats, get Brian's thoughts on the first half, and then also take a look at a special presentation from Renaissance Bank, part of the Little Caesars halftime report. So you want to be sure to stay tuned for that. Baseline drive, left it short, no good. Williams comes up with a loose ball. Williams wanting to push it up the floor. Dangerous pass. Tipped out, and Freelo finds it. Gandy, nice extra pass underneath, but good defense that time by ASU Mid-South. Jumpers off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, no, and Lee collects it.
You want to gather that ball, go up strong, put it off the glass. You don't have to fall away there. Go through the defender if you need to.
So inside 4 minutes of play now. Mid-South trying to close strong here. They've closed what once was an 18-point lead. Down to 15, but there's a steal by Normant. She saw that one coming the whole way. Layup up in and good. Well, nice job that time by Normant. She read that one, gets her first points of the night.
It's a tough move to stop right there. Nice left-handed finish by Lee.
She's got 7. 37-22 now is your score. 3.5 to play until halftime.
She's the only viable mismatch that ASU Mid-South has. You know what I mean? They got some girls that can play a little bit, but she's the one out there for them that Itawamba doesn't necessarily have an answer for.
A 3-second lane violation called. Haven't seen one of those in forever.
It's just the Hoover administration.
Yeah. But either way it goes, the turnover gives the ball back to ASU Mid-South. Lady Indians kind of in cruise control right now. Not really kind of finding that dagger, I guess you can say. Have a chance to put them away as there's going to be a timeout taken on the floor. We'll continue that thought when we come back, Brian, as let's hear a few words from our sponsors. We want to hear from Sonic and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
And welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. There's 3:10 to go here in the second quarter. ICC leads it 37-22. Adam Gore, Brian Baldwin bringing this action. Brian, we were talking about it going into the break. ICC kind of just, I hate to say sleepwalking, no disrespect to Mid-South, but they just don't have that killer's edge tonight where they've had a chance to put this game away, just can't do so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they finish up the second quarter and how they come out to start the third. If you would like to win the last 3 minutes and the first 3 minutes of each quarter, that's kind of where the game is won. There's usually a lull in the middle of each half or quarter, and I think that's kind of what we're going through now. Good defensive possession right there by the Indians, though. Maybe that'll get them going.
Shot clock violation there, 2:48 to play. Well, that was a nasty block shot. Too bad it just doesn't count that time.
For sure. It might not be in the stat sheet, but you can't take it off video.
Exactly. So Gandy with the basketball. She's going to go over to the left side. That's going to be Normant, who quickly gives it right back to Gandy to reset.
Side ball screen.
Trying a little old school Utah Jazz pick and roll, but nicely defended that time by Mid-South. Wilson with the basketball. She challenges inside, and there's going to be a hard foul, a late whistle, but probably the right whistle there as Lee, she tried to block the shot and also tried to take the charge at the same time. So one of the two had to give, and the fact that she jumped to leave her feet that time and committed the foul.
Yeah, you actually can contest a shot and draw a charge if you're in a legal guarding position, but she wasn't.
Right.
It's very hard to do, and only really the pros do it. You know what I mean? So good drive by Wilson there, just to keep attacking the rim, and they'll eventually wear Mid-South down.
Wilson's first free throw, and she bucked the trend. She was make one, miss one, but now she's made 2 in a row. She's got 5 points here in the contest.
It was a nice free throw. Good form, nice rotation.
Awaiting the second free throw attempt here. It's on its way in. That one true as well. And ICC pushes the lead out now to 39-22.
I like Wilson. She's a good player. She's a 4-year basketball player somewhere. She chooses to be. It's always kind of tricky how girls go, if they just want to be students or they want to play. But if she wants to play somewhere, there's definitely an opportunity for her to play somewhere.
Absolutely. 2:12 to play. And there's Wilson right on cue with the steal. She's going to go in, shoot the layup, and no.
I think she was anticipating that foul there, and it didn't come.
Got to finish strong there. So a big-time break for Mid-South, especially if they turn this into points. But no, just couldn't find the handle of the basketball was Johnson that time.
Speaking of big-time breaks, Itawamba got one there.
Big time there. Substitution into the contest now. This is Williams back into the contest. Checking out is going to be Tamoya Brownlee. This substitution being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They meet Monday nights at 7:07, Wednesdays at lunch. All they ask is bring $2 and a friend. Don't forget to bring $2 for your friend as well. Treat them to lunch. That's the ICC BSU. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU. Normant finishes strongly there. She's got 4 points in the corner.
She can play. She's quick. She's active around the bucket. She's good defensively. I like her game.
Tough press that time. Forces the travel. ICC will get the ball back. 41-22. That's the large lead of the night for ICC. It stands at 19. A chance to build on that here. 1:36 to go until halftime. Lady Indians need to finish this strong here. Normant with the basketball. Works it over to Williams. Williams inside, they go to Freelow. Freelow driving inside. drops it off. Beautiful play there. Layup is good.
Nice look on the backside right there. Can't really draw it up any better. Really nice possession by the Indians. Really good defensive possession as well.
So ICC starting to get a little bit of separation here, as now they lead this one by 21. That's a large lead of the night with 1:15 to play here in the second quarter. ICC starting to take a little bit more control of this contest.
Yeah, they've gone on an 8-0 run here in the last 2 minutes since we came back from that timeout. It's a good push they need going into the half. They need to have a good last defensive possession right here and get a good shot to close it out.
Gandy's jumper was off the mark. Now trying to go coast to coast. Layup is no good. Williams trying to draw the charge, and when Gandy came down with the rebound that time, looked like it might have landed or she stepped on Williams' ankle. She's going to pop up and quickly sprint down the other end of the floor.
She's tough. I think she might have one of that, or maybe she kind of got a knee to the thigh.
Yeah,
which is one of the worst injuries for a basketball player.
No doubt, no doubt. We will get a substitution in here, and Williams will hustle off the floor. And one of those situations, less than a minute to go until halftime, get her a few extra little seconds to catch a break.
Yeah, for sure.
43-22, ICC with the lead here. Could almost go for a 2-for-1 in this situation. They get a shot off in a hurry.
I was about to say, yeah, you need to attack the rim now, but might be a little late now.
Wilson driving inside, layup too hard. Burgess with the rebound. She landed on a Mid-South player and got tripped up, and the turnover gives the ball back to ICC.
Nice use of the hesitation dribble by Wilson there to get to the rim. Would like to see her finish that after such a nice move, but it was a good shot, just didn't go in.
28.6 seconds to go until halftime. Mid-South can hold off for the last shot if they want to. ICC continuing their tough pressure. Mid-South does a great job of breaking the press that time. Swings it around, three-point basket on its way. Oh, halfway down, would not fall. And Gandy with the rebound with 13 seconds to play. Gandy, hesitation, now drives inside. Layup is pretty and good.
Man, ASU Mid-South was absolutely bent on getting that ball up right there. Nice use of the clock and defensively for Etowamba to push it out to a 23-point lead there at the half, Adam.
Well, that's going to do it here as we'll take a break. 45-22 is your score going into halftime. We're going to have Little Caesars halftime report and more. Coming back with more right after this.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. ICC with a 45-22 lead here at halftime. The Palm squad getting prepared to perform for the first time this season, so we're going to take that to you there as well. All right, so what did you think about the first half for ICC? Started hot, finished hot. So your thoughts on the first half?
Game of runs. Like I said, usually in basketball, the first 3 minutes and the last 3 minutes of a half or quarter are really big. Etowamba, they own both parts of those. They got out maybe 14-2 to start the game. Then they went on the, I think, 12-2 run there to finish that half. They just keep the pressure on and the intensity, keep dictating pace. If it's an up and down game, it favors Etowamba. If it's a half-court game, it favors Etowamba.
Yeah.
It all favors Etowamba.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at some Sonic stats here in the first half. Let's start with ASU Mid-South. Caldwell with 1 point, Lockett with 5. You have McGee with 6 points, 3 points for Burks. You've got 7 points for Lee as that rounds out the scoring there. For ICC, well, there's no doubt who had the hot hand in the first half. It was Whitney Watkins. She had 17 points, 4 3-pointers. Zuri Dunlap had 3. She also hit a 3-pointer. Burgess with 4, Gandy with 4, Overton with 4, Normant with 4. Keely Wilson, she made a living from the free throw line. She had 9 points, and that rounds out your scoring there for ICC. ICC 9-2 on the year, trying to close out non-division play with a big win tonight. Of course, we'll have the guys game coming up next, and so let's talk about it. This next thought, if you will, being brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma, and we'll talk about this game before we get to the guys game. All right, so what does ICC need to do here in the second half to keep this rolling in their favor?
Repeat the first half. They just got to keep hitting buckets in transition. Let them get into their pressure defense. get backside coverage near the bucket if ASU Mid-South is able to beat the pressure, force a quick shot, and then get back out in transition. Everybody here is in the stands. They want to see an up-and-down game. As long as it's up and down the floor, there'll be less fouls called. We'll get on to the boys' game. And paramount also, stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That should be rule number one going forward in the rest of this game.
45-22 is your score here at the half. We'll take a timeout and come back with more of the Little Caesars halftime report right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
Bespoke is a word that comes from the clothing industry. It's a European term, and it meant originally to be spoken for. In Mississippi, I say it's a fancy word for made from scratch. My name is Josh West.
Nick Weaver.
Our craft is bespoke denim. Blue Delta Jean Company is a bespoke denim manufacturer. We make everything in Tupelo, Mississippi, and we ship jeans around the world.
We're reintroducing the South and most of the U.S. back to raw denim.
There's a lot of verbiage out there about custom, made to measure, bespoke. We say bespoke because we truly are making a fully customizable jean. We use the best fabrics in the world. We buy from all over. We make everything in the United States right here in Tupelo, and we bring the customer in on the design process.
That is what separates us from other jean companies, that we're making a personal pattern. So we do have the Oxford Studio where you come to get measured, and you pick out your fabric, your fit, your cut, and your thread.
You'll notice we do a lot of athletes. These guys are really tall, these ladies are really tall, small waist, really big thighs. They can't find jeans that really fit them that are aesthetically pleasing. I started noticing that we had a resource here that not many places have, which is talented seamstresses. It's an art that's dying in the United States of America because so much garment has gone overseas. When I noticed that resource, I started building a business plan around that.
He said, hey, we can make custom jeans in North Mississippi.
When the numbers made sense, that's when I called Nick, because I knew I could figure out how to make the product, but I needed somebody to help me sell the product.
We wrote it down on the game plan, and we're still executing it today.
The first step is somebody getting fitted, and that can be with one of our partner stores or at one of our studios.
And we're taking, 13 to 16 measurements, whether or not you want a regular cut or a skinny cut jean.
And then the order comes to us electronically here in the factory in Tupelo. Johnson Benjamin's been our pattern maker since 2013. He drafts a pattern literally for that client. And then it moves on to Brian Baldwin. He does all of our cutting, and he tries to cut that jean within 15 minutes. Every seamstress has a job that they do, and they're really good at it. You can watch a jean literally from start to finish go through the manufacturing process.
There is a really famous old jean company that can make a jean in 3 minutes.
It takes us about 3 hours to take a jean from start to finish. We're still a very small company. We're less than 20 people top to bottom. The thing that I think really sets us apart from a lot of other small batch denim companies is the people that we have. These people have worked, many of them in denim garment production for years and years and years. And we really do try to make this a family environment. Our lead seamstress is a lady by the name of Miss Sarah Ritchie. She was our first employee. She started in January of 2012, and she's now leading our sewing team.
Well, having over 100 years of sewing experience in a company that's very young was definitely to our benefit. People bought our jeans in the beginning because it was a good story. It was two guys trying to start something. But now they're rebuying because of our quality and our fit, and it's the people that make that happen. What we are offering is, more than just a jean. There are lifetime alterations, lifetime repairs. We have people send jeans back that are 2 or 3 years old because they've lost 10 pounds. We take them off. So what you're getting is something that I think people are, wanting more of it. We're using cone denim from North Carolina. We're using Holland and Sherry cottons from Scotland. We are using the premium fabrics of the world, and we're doing it right here in Mississippi.
Our main goal has always been to be the best bespoke denim provider in the U.S. I think we've ratcheted that up to the best bespoke denim provider in the world.
Our work ethic, his plan, finding good people, finding the right people to make the product, it's a good recipe for success.
I don't think you can match the quality that we're putting out. So now we're working on how does this brand develop from here on out? What markets are we in? How are we getting the world in our jeans?
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the second half of play here. ICC 45-22 was a hot start to the first, a hot finish to the second. So hopefully ICC fans, you can see that start here to the third quarter. ASU Mid-South fans, they want to be able to climb their way back into this one. So let's put the coach's shoes on. We talked about the Lady Indians in the first game. What does ASU Mid-South need to do to get back in this thing?
I would think about 10 straight threes and turn Itawamba over about a half dozen times. And I don't see that happening. But truthfully, what they need to do is they need to kind of get it under control. They need to attack Itawamba's zone here, try to get it to the big girl in the paint. That's the only mismatch they can exploit. And then defensively, if I was them, I would make Itawamba settle for jump shots and three-pointers, pack it in, hold Itawamba to one shot, and try to get out in transition themselves.
They did a good job of moving the ball around, but just couldn't get that shot to fall. ICC with it now. Watkins goes inside. That's going to be a travel. Or they don't call a foul. Yep, travel. So the turnover will give the ball back to Mid-South. Could have gone either way. I think the no call in that situation was a good one.
I will defer to Mr. Mike Nobles again.
Well, good job by the referees. One of them did show, both of them actually showed travel. They looked at each other and wanted to make sure that's what the other one had, and that was the case there. So Mid-South forces the turnover, gets the ball back now. Ooh.
That was a double dribble there. That was the old Connor McKay double dribble in the state championship.
9:18 to play here. Adam Gore, Brian Baldwin bring you this action tonight. Three-pointer on its way from Mid-South, off the mark, no good. And Burgess with the rebound.
That's what Itawamba needs. One shot, get up and down the floor a little bit. Try to make the big girl Lee foul. Make the big girl Lee get up and down the floor and defend a little bit.
Well, make her foul, but have the referee call it.
Well, I thought that was a foul. They're about to make that call there. But that's what they should do. Attack her off the dribble, absorb the contact. Should have been a foul. There's going to be 2 points here.
And there's Gandy with the steal. Gandy trying to get up the floor. Ball took an awkward hop on her. Oh, what a pass. Layup, good. That's going to be an early nominee for our Renaissance Bank What a Play Wednesday there. An absolute beautiful pass and a nice finish by Burgess.
Gandy's come out active this half. It's good to see. Didn't start early in the game. Now she's kind of over that. She's getting them down the floor a little bit. That's the way she likes to play.
A late whistle and a foul call there on Burgess. Substitution in the game here. This is going to be Johnson into the game for Mid-South.
Itawamba 2-3 zone look out of bounds under the basket defensively.
Step back three-pointer on its way, off the mark, no good. Nice rebound on the backside that time by the Lady Indians. And ICC didn't have numbers, so they're going to back it back out. Williams wants a long two. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound, Freelo has it. It's going to be a jump ball.
Should be Itawamba's basketball.
I do believe that is going to be the case, so ICC ball on the baseline. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 8:09 to go here in the third quarter.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. She pointed it.
We had a little bit of a description. That was Itawamba ball, but... Well,
she said it was ICC ball.
The show must go on.
And she even knows she did because she tried to stop them halfway down.
Yeah, well, really good defense. Yeah.
Well, it was because the referee handled the ball after pointing to ICC.
Good defense on the offensive play by the officials, we'll say that.
Layup no good, put back no.
Man, the only poetic justice there would have been an and one foul on Aaliyah Lee.
Absolutely is. The referee laughing about it now, but if you're on the collegiate level and you make that mistake and you realize it, you got to stop the play.
Yeah, and I'll say this. It's a 25-point game, and it's all fun and games, but if this had been a close game, it would have been a big deal. I mean, and could you imagine what would have happened in a Marty Cooper coach game?
We would have had to hit the drop button.
Yeah, we just said, guys, we're done with this. Pull the plug.
So to the free throw line, this is going to be Burgess. Her first free throw is up and good. She's got 7 now.
It had been reminiscent of an Andrew Dice Clay set.
Yes. Yes. That's all I can say. Second free throw on its way, and that one good as well. 8 points now for Burgess. Substitution in the game here for for Mid-South. That's going to be number 14 into the contest. Chambers re-entering. 49-22, largely the night here for ICC. Mid-South with the basketball. Nice crossover to get the ball up the floor against the press. Trying to drive baseline. Shot is up. Foul and count the basket.
Nice strong move by ASU Mid-South.
So that foul is going to be whistled on Burgess. That is going to be her third foul, team's second foul. 7:25 to go here. 49-24 after that made shot and a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way here. Substitution in the game for ICC. This is going to be Tamoya Brownlee into the contest for the Lady Indians.
Burgess is a good athlete. She looks like a track star. Just a little overzealous defensively right there. It's tough to contest with a straight-up hand. Sometimes you just want to swat down. It's just the nature of the beast. That's how it goes.
And the free throw was good that time.
The old-fashioned three-point play, as they say.
And so ICC with it, 7:15 to go here in the third quarter. 49-25 is the score. Williams with the basketball. Trying to cross over the defender, drives inside. Oh, tried to force that pass. Good job there to take it away. Williams had it, lost it, and then Gandy finds it. Still loose on the floor, and somehow Tabria Gandy comes away with it. And then Mid-South just doesn't get around her, misses the layup. Offensive putback, no. Third time, is it a charm? Yes.
That was exciting. A whole lot going on there.
And got a stoppage in the action that we have a player hurt.
An injured player there, yeah.
Chambers will come to the sideline. Hopefully she is okay in this situation as she limps towards the sideline. In the mix of all that madness, 51-25 now is the score in favor of ICC. 6.5, coming up on 6.5 to play here in the third quarter.
I want to give a shout out to West Memphis, though. A little known tidbit here outside of the basketball realm. I think they have one of the last two remaining Pancho's Mexican restaurants.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if you're ever in West Memphis and not at Southland, go check out the Pancho's. It's pretty, it's well known for its cheese dip, but the Pancho's is pretty good there. It's got to be good. It's one of the only two left.
Shot was blocked. Gandy gets it. Jumper on its way. No. Freelo with the backside rebound. Three-pointer on its way from Williams. That one off the mark. No. And Lee controls the boards. Well, that's why I like bringing you in, man. You're just a wealth of just random information, like a Seinfeld episode.
I appreciate that. I've been hosting bar and restaurant trivia since 2008, so
yes,
I should have some of it soaked up.
More substitution getting set to come into the game here for ICC. You've got Guess into the contest, Normant back into the contest for ICC. These substitutions being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona.
You got too many, Robin.
John Harrod and Company, proud to sponsor this game and all of ICC athletics. A little confusion on who was all to come off the floor that time, and ICC now does have 5. It's just been a weird game tonight. It just hasn't had a good flow to it. Neither team really, and I'm not saying this as a slight towards either team, but neither team really engaged in the contest tonight.
Yeah, Itawama's kind of, they're not really going through the motions. They're going a little bit more than going through the motions, and they've doubled up ASU. They might be just going through the motions, if that makes sense. They got some girls out there who look disinterested. They have some girls getting after it, but they don't look like a real cohesive unit right now. We got officials letting the ball go in the wrong way.
It's just weird.
It has the feel of a 8 o'clock game for a Saturday morning tournament, but it's not. It's a Monday in January. It should be a little bit more enthusiastic, as I'd say.
And there's a foul on ICC. That one's going to be on Keely Wilson, her first foul, team third foul. 5:05 to play here in the third quarter. ICC with a 53-25 lead here.
Just an observation here as somebody who's not at all the games. We change officiating crews between games, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So if this game were to go faster and not many fouls were called, they could get to their television set probably DVR'd.
Yeah, they could.
Okay, I'm just throwing that out there as an observation.
And apparently they're not worried about that.
Okay. I think they are worried about just that.
That second free throw was no good. Gandy chases the rebound down in the corner, and now here come the Lady Indians. Gandy wanting to go coast to coast. Stutter step, drives inside, was hammered. Loose ball is tipped around, and ASU Mid-South comes away with it. There was more contact on that one than the other end. They just called a foul on ICC. Inside out they go with it. Thought about the long two. Nothing there. Good defense that time by ICC. Spot up 3 on its way. Yes.
Burke's isn't shy about getting that thing up there by the rim. That's for sure.
That's her second three-pointer of the game. She's got 6 points. 53-28 now is the score. 4.5 to play here in the third quarter. Do remind you, we will break away after this game and then come back with about 5 or 10 minutes, or say 5 minutes before the men's opening tip, as block shot now Mid-South trying to get out in transition. Going to the backside. Ball fake, nothing there, and they're going to force them back out to reset the offense.
Yeah, when you're at Wamba, you got a shot blocker like Lee. You have to give a pump fake. You have to get them off their feet, off balance. You got to go through them. You can't just turn and just shoot it up there. It's just not a real good strategy for you.
And that foul called there on, I believe, Wilson. Count the basket. Now this is starting to get a little bit out of hand here. Actually, they call that one on Brownlee, but very little to no contact on that one. We saw kind of the last few possessions. ICC getting roughed up a little bit. Yes, they do have that 20-plus point lead, but got to keep this thing kind of in check here. That free throw, guilty conscious free throw, no good, out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by ICC.
You know, one thing about officiating, and, they always say you can't really knock it until you've done it. I actually have done it.
I have too.
Yeah, you have too. So that's about to say we're both able to speak about this here. You got to have a level of consistency through the entire game. No matter what happens, score or whatever, it's got to be the same flow and consistency. And sometimes it's kind of tough doing that in games like this.
Gandy on the other end of the floor. Layup is no good. A lot more contact on that end and no foul call. Yeah, going back to that point, kind of talk about what my friend Steve Diffie likes to say. Consistency is the key, even if you are consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
So that's what we got right now.
Yeah. That is true.
So Gandy with the basketball. Inside they go to Freelow. Freelow, nice extra bounce pass. Gave it to herself, and the layup is good, just like she drew it up.
Yeah, I like that. It was kind of like the old quarterback catching his own pass deflected by a defender and getting a first down. She was rewarded for looking for her good team, for a teammate for a good look there. It's funny how the ball finds you like that.
3-point basket's up on its way and good, as that's now 9 points for Peggy as she drills the three.
I got to speak to Peggy. She has shot shots like that where she just catches it and fires it with a nice backspin, and it hits the bottom of the net. And she's also been about 5 basketballs off on some of them.
She has. Timeout on the floor. 55-33 is your score. We'll take the timeout here from Davis Ford and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online, davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. 3 minutes to play here. ICC with the 55-33 lead. And looked like a hit on the arm, but no foul called again.
Play through.
And you know what? It could be a good thing like that if you're ICC right now. You do have this 22-point lead. Let the officials not call some, so you're going to have to battle through that mentally and physically, because you might run into that on down the road in the playoffs.
You're going to run into it when you go to Moorhead.
Yes.
I mean, a game officiated at Moorhead or Kahoma is going to be very similar to this.
And they call a charge.
Surely not.
Well, this game being played right now in West Memphis, Arkansas, instead of Fulton, Mississippi. 2.5 minutes to play.
West Memphis has got some ballers, though, for sure.
Yep. Oh, the ball just happens to find the only person open on the other end of the floor and somehow weave this way through. ICC slaps it out of bounds. Substitutions coming to the game here. One for Mid-South, that's going to be Lockett. And one for ICC, that's going to be Whitney Watkins back into the contest. She's got 17 points, all 17 of those coming in the first half. So ICC would love to see her get back into her rhythm here in the second half.
Yeah, she can get up down the floor, get her feet set. It'd be good for Etowamba.
Shot well off the mark that time. Watkins tripped.
Kept her dribble like a globetrotter there. That's nice.
They're coming to town, so she might have been auditioning. Gandy, long two, money.
Yeah, she's been good this half. Good to see her back in the rhythm, getting in the flow.
She's got 8 points in the contest, and ICC now leads at 57-33.
We're getting close to having most of the Etowamba girls having scored again. All of them scored, right?
We're getting close to it. Everybody that's had the opportunity to come in the game except for maybe two.
I know Guess hasn't gotten a shot up yet. I'm going to be honest with you, that's the biggest surprise of the night.
That is true. She does. She's from the school of Gore.
Yeah, she's
you
not
see
shy
the rim,
about
you
it.
got the ball, and you put it up.
Well, never up, never in. That's what I've always heard.
Yes, true. Or in my case, put it up and never in still. So this is going to be number 11, Peggy, back to the free throw line. A chance to enter double digits with a made free throw here. She's got 9. She is 3 for 4 from the charity stripe as that went off no good.
You know, below average shooters are always really good lob throwers. I've always heard that. So
that was me back in the day. So winning the second free throw, it's on its way in. That one is true. 10 points now for Peggy. 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. ICC with a 57-34 advantage. We do invite you to stay tuned at the conclusion of the game. We'll have our Renaissance Bank post-game report, and then we'll take a step away and come back with the guys' game. If you do step away for anything coming on TV here in a few minutes, you can keep up with the game on Twitter at Let's Go ICC.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an Office episode or something you might want to check out.
HGTV.
Yeah.
Guys' groceries game.
I'm sure the Napiers are on there somewhere.
Yes, yes. So 1:41 to go here. Turnover by ICC, and the Greyhounds get it back. Looking to go in on the drive, kicks it out to the corner, three-point basket on its way, bouncing around, no good, and the rebound to Overton.
It's good to see 14 for ASU Mid-South back in the game. She's the one who got kind of hobbled earlier. Yeah.
Well, ICC back-to-back turnovers here. One of those situations, probably would either go with a bounce pass or just dribble it back out and reset the offense. And Coach Porter using this as a coaching opportunity here.
Low percentage play right there. Even if she catches it off balance, falling out of bounds, what's she going to do with it? You know, probably not much of anything.
There was a travel.
It baited her into throwing that away.
As Williams with it now, she's going to try to dish it off. Does so. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound to Mid-South. So Mid-South with the basketball. Burks was able to give it up before traveling. Then it's taken away by ICC, and both players kind of roll over the top of each other. Good job walking away. Nothing malicious in that situation.
It was just a hard play.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say graceful. It was just a hard play.
Yeah. 100%. So it'll be ICC ball on the far side of the field. Coming into the contest is Caldwell for the Greyhounds.
I'm going to ask you a question while we got a little bit of dead air. Do y'all have a coffee house in Fulton? They got a place that sells coffee?
Yes.
What's the name of it?
All right, we've got one here in Fulton, our own campus, the grounds that proudly serve Starbucks.
Okay.
And we've got, actually they're not a sponsor, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay, cool. Okay,
because I've asked them to sponsor and they wouldn't.
Okay, but so Starbucks on campus is what I need to go. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Next time I come on campus, I'll make sure I do that before the game.
All right, let me know. I'll have it ready for you.
Awesome, thanks. Is the grill still here?
It is.
Oh man, the ping pong tables in there?
They've recently renovated it, so they're going through some renovations there as well.
Okay, well, good deal.
Hey, the funny thing is, I've been at ICC 10 years March. Only ate at the grill once.
Man, I really didn't eat much there. I always went in the cafeteria, but I hung out in the grill.
Yes. And trying to go the extra pass, and we've got a whistle and a foul. That one's going to be called on Mid-South. I guess they're just trying to even up the foul count here down the stretch. That was kind of a weak whistle there. Looked like pretty good defense out of Mid-South.
Yeah, I like evening it up, but unfortunately it's a little inconsequential this time in the quarter. You know what I mean? It's kind of like calling a false start, you know what I mean, or an offsides on Alabama when you score a touchdown. Well, sure, it's a penalty on them, but you took away my touchdown. It's kind of like Itawamba. They're calling a lot of fouls against ASU, and Itawamba's on the floor. No, nothing of note.
So 3 seconds to go here. Ball's turned over. Bounce it ahead. Layup is good. Count the basket.
Your girl, Whitney Watkins, opportunistic at the buzzer.
Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay there as Watkins gets her 19th point of the contest, beats the buzzer, and ICC takes a 59-36 lead in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Welcome back out of the timeout. A turnover there as ICC missed a jumper to start the quarter. Adam Gore, Brian Baldwin here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. We do want to remind you, coming up on February the 3rd to be the Alumni Association and Indian Club Member Appreciation Night. So if you're a member of the Indian Club or the Alumni Association, you'll get free admission. They'll have a nice hospitality area for you. You'll get to mix and mingle with some of the ICC coaches and staff. That's on February the 3rd. You can visit iccms.edu for more information on that one as well.
Adam, I was here for different parts of 4 years. Can I get some kind of special recognition that night? Or just...
Absolutely.
Okay, I was making sure.
I've got you, man. Matter of fact, we'll do it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Brian Baldwin.
Can we get can I get a special parking spot?
I don't even get a special parking spot.
Well, all right. I guess
but I'll do it for you, sir.
No, thanks. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed my time here at Itawamba. I always kind of joke about it, but it really was 3 of the better years of my formative life. I'll say that.
Yeah, you hear so many kids talking about how they just wish it was a 4-year school. As that shot blocked, Watkins gets it back out to Wilson. But, yeah, it's a special place. I love working here, and always got a bunch of it's always fun to go back and meet guys like you, tell stories of when you were here and things like that as well. So,
oh man, I've got one of these days we'll do the podcast and we'll do stories of Itawamba. We can't talk about them here because there's sponsor implications.
Yes,
but off the air we will talk about them. It'll be fun.
Burgess gets the layup. She's got 10 points now. ICC leads at 61-36. Try to go inside, slapped out of bounds. Last touch by ICC. One thing I do want to talk about, because I appreciate you coming to help. Last time we did the broadcast together, you kind of upstaged me. You had your Delta blue jeans on. Blue Delta Blue Jeans on. Tonight I've got my khakis on. I didn't want you to upstage me tonight.
Man, girls go crazy about a sharp dressed man.
They do. And that's the reason why I had to go buy me some Blue Delta jeans.
Well, good for Dr. Allen letting you go business casual. You got the high-end bespoke khaki pants on with the ICC basketball pullover. It's a good look. It's a good look. I will talk about that khaki.
Yeah, tell everybody about this.
We're the Blue Delta Jean Company. I'm the general manager of the brand. I know Adam, I'm really thankful that he let me come broadcast with him tonight. But our friendship, it goes back, but I do like to make him look good in his Blue Delta jeans. And we're a bespoke pant company, which pretty much means we make custom pants that fit. And tonight he is wearing our 4-way stretch khaki, which is the most comfortable khaki pant in the world.
They are, no lie.
They're really, it's a good durable fabric, but it has so much give and durability and elasticity in it. You can nearly play hand catcher on it. So it's a really good product, and we're proud of it. And it's been hot this past year for sure.
As that layup and count the basket, as that was Wilson who gets the basket. She's got 13 points and a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way here. Now, if somebody wants to find out more about the Blue Delta Jean Company, tell them about the website and where you guys do on social media.
Yeah, you can find us at bluedeltajeans.com, where you can go on there and find our story. And we have a jean builder on there, which is build.bluedeltajeans.com. You can go on there and design a pant. You can contact one of our salespeople and tailors, and they can get you measured right up. Or if you are not in our region, or if you're not in an area, we have a Blue Delta event scheduled. Our pants can be purchased through the Tom James Custom Suit Company, as well as other wholesale vendors throughout the country. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Delta Jeans. It's really a good front page for our brand, kind of show you what we're about. And we're also on Facebook, Blue Delta Jean Co., and at Twitter at Blue Delta Jeans. So, yeah, you can find us anywhere. And we're a Northeast Mississippi company. We sell them here just in South Lee County. Our only store is in Oxford on the Square. And like I said, but you can find us in all 50 states and in 3 continents and 7 different countries.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so we're excited about what we do. And one of the cool things is we create jobs in our region. We know where our talents were in the area. We brought back some of the garment industry. And we're proud of the quality of our pants, and it kind of gives something Tupelo to be proud of, for sure.
And that's one thing, we do here at ICC. Of course, community is our last name, so we love to see businesses like you guys come back and give back, create jobs in the community.
Well, I want to talk something about ICC. When we were early in our infancy, we were hiring folks, and we were having to do training and on-job training, so we utilized your ICC Belden site for our new business grants and stuff like that. And man, they really took care of us down there, and with employment payment compensation and paid training, and we were able to use their facilities for our lean manufacturing seminars. It really went well there, and we're thankful for ICC. And they'll teach you. You don't necessarily have to have a 4-year degree or a master's. If you'll learn a trade, you can be valuable in 2020, much more so in the last century.
Speaking of that, you can join us tomorrow for the ICC Hour. We'll talk with Barry Emerson about a couple of grants they got for $500,000 that's going to continue to improve our Belden Center over there to be able to improve the area throughout the community. As that basket three-pointer from the quarter from Jerisa Rice was good. A big basket there as well. So we continue the contest here. 6:20 to play. ICC with it, loses it out of bounds, and it go back to Mid-South. 67-41 is the score. Nice hands, my man.
They're lucky I didn't get that one up. I was about to shoot it.
That's what I was waiting for it.
Man. The referee was coming over here pretty quick. The way they so nonchalantly let it not go the correct way earlier, I might have been okay with it.
That's true.
I could actually probably let him held the ball in. I got this, ma'am.
I got it. You just go out there.
Yeah, I got this. You can go ahead and get back to the LSU Clemson game. We're good here.
Dangerous pass taken away by ICC. This is Dunlap, who just hit a 3 her previous trip down. That three-pointer short. There's Normant in the right spot at the right time to get the rebound. Gandy.
As always.
She just has a good nose for the basketball. That is Ingram in the contest. Three-pointer. That one halfway now. No good. Dunlap. Rebound. Yes.
She's been active this game. I think last game that I was here, she was the only person who didn't score for the Indians.
No, everybody scored that
Everybody
night.
did that. That's right. She did late in the game. That's right. She got a bucket. Excuse me.
So 69-41. That one taken away by Normant.
Look at that. Nice play.
And that layup is good. ICC has opened this one up now to a 30-point advantage. That ball out of bounds, and I believe it'll go back to ICC. Norman's got 6 in the game.
Yeah. The girl, this kind of reminds me from that scene from Rocky IV when she just dribbled the ball out of bounds there. It was that when the manager looks at Rocky and says, "Throw the towel."
Yes, yes.
She looked down and looked at her coach like,
what can I do, coach?
Just throw the towel.
Inside they go, turnaround jumper. No, the Iron Unkind wanted nothing to do with that one.
I'm glad we got that Rocky IV reference in.
I like it.
Earlier you said all the bodies hit the floor. I thought that was a drowning pool reference.
It was.
You thought I didn't get it.
Timeout on the floor. Let's take a break. We're going to take the timeout with them as they're checking in and slapping the table in front of us. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. ICC 71-41. Inside 5 minutes left to play here. Adam Gore, Brian Baldwin. Raphael Henry up top running the camera for tonight's broadcast. Lee Adams on the sideline taking photos. You can see those photos on ICCimages.com. And our sports information intern, Madison Haley, running Twitter and Snapchat tonight for us as well. You can follow both those on Let's Go ICC. 4.5 left in this one, 30-point contest. For your both teams right now, it's about finishing strong and taking some momentum into your next game.
Yeah, for sure. I have a confession to make.
Okay.
For those listening, I showed up a little late. Work kept me a little bit longer than I wanted to, and I didn't get here in time to read my history sheet between Itawamba women and ASU Mid-South. Right before tip-off, I said it's going to be a good game. I like the roster of ASU Mid-South, and then I looked up and saw that the Lady Indians won their last meeting 71-47. Appreciate the help there, Chief.
I left you hanging out to try on that one.
No, it's okay. I now have seen the error of my ways.
Coming up on 4:15 to play in the contest, Mid-South with the basketball. Trying to work it inside, taken away that time by Burgess. This is Wilson in the open floor, trying to weave her way through traffic. Drops it off to Freelo. Freelo didn't like what she had. Kicks it around. This is Guess for 3. Yes!
Guess what? Guess who?
Yes. Guess for 3. I like it.
3-pointer from the corner. That's what she's got going on.
Big basket knocked down there for Guess, her first points of the night. And then ICC with another steal. This is going to be Wilson. Wilson driving inside. Her layup is good. Well, Wilson, she's got 16 tonight. Those stats unofficial.
She's a good, consistent player. I like her game. Her and Normant up and down the floor are tough. They're really tough to handle.
That's kind of the key on this level of JUCO is got 3 consistent scorers.
They got those 2. They got Gandy, and then they got all these little shooters around the perimeter at times. You got good athletes like Burgess. You got Pfeiffer who comes in with a big body off the bench.
They call that a blocking foul, as that one will go against Rice on the play. Well, as we said, this will wrap up the non-division play here for ICC. There'll be division games the rest of the way out. If you want to come watch an ICC game, well, you got to do it on a Monday night because all the Monday night games this season, except for one on the Martin Luther King break, will play on a Tuesday.
That's next week, right?
It is. Yeah. And then every Thursday night we'll be on the road, and we'll try to keep you posted whether we'll be streaming the games or if it'll be the home team streaming the game, as that first free throw is up in and good for Overton. She's got 5.
Do y'all have class on MLK Day, or are y'all off?
We're off that day.
You're off that day, okay.
Well, the school is off. I'll be working that day.
Blue Delta, we're off as well. And for all these years that I've been a Memphis native and then back and forth, I always go to the Memphis Grizzly game on MLK Day. Nice. It's a really, really awesome thing, man.
It's that pass sent ahead now. Skips into the backside, spinning move in the paint. A lot of contact and a foul called And Mid-South will head back to the free throw line. It is, that's one thing, unfortunately, I've never been able to do because I'm always having to work on those Mondays. But, it's something that needs to be recognized. It's something that is recognized extremely well, and it's a very important part of history. And there's a lot of people that try to erase history these days to kind of say out of sight, out of mind. This is something that we need to really just not let fall to the back burner.
Yeah, that's the thing of recognition, and it's something we need to remember. And like you said, we need to hold steadfast to the way that those folks like Martin Luther King and other folks stood up for what they believed in. And it's a good recognition for him and to put Memphis on the map for one day in the NBA. And John Morant's putting them on the map a little bit more often. So that'll be a good showcase for them with all eyes on them before the big primetime games that night.
And I know you're loving that because you're a Memphis Grizzly guy.
I am a Memphis Grizzly guy. A long time.
You're a Memphis Tiger guy.
I'm a Memphis Tiger guy. Man, it's been tough, but for the Tiger fans here the past week or so with the James Wiseman news, or the past month or so with the James Wiseman news. But, things like that usually work out for the Tigers. They got good players. They'll be fine. And as far as the Grizzlies go, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now on the air so it's documented, written in the stone. Memphis Grizzlies, if they do make the playoffs this year, I'm going to take Adam Gore to a playoff game.
I'll do it. I'll say this. Back in I was still here at ICC when I first started covering it. I had the opportunity to work with Fox Sports South and cover their game when they went to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, Memphis in the playoffs, people can go to a regular season game, but when Memphis is in the playoffs, Memphis is a different city. It's fun.
It is something else, man. When Zach Randolph and Tony Allen and those guys were rocking the grindhouse, it was something special.
I got to cover that series. Of course, went to Oklahoma for some of those games, and they talk about that place, how loud it is. They're not joking, man.
No. We always have a pretty good routine that we do, and I like to make you a part of it before a playoff game.
So I'm down. If I can make it, I'm down.
For sure. Well, hopefully the Grizzlies will play long enough where we can at least get you to one.
So ICC with the basketball now. This is Guess. Looking to go on the drive. Kicks it out. Ingram for three on its way. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound being chased down out of bounds. Last touch by, they say, Mid-South.
Nice call, Mike Noble, from 47 feet away. I like that.
2:14 to go here in the contest. 8 seconds on the shot clock here for ICC. They lead at 78-44.
I'm going to shoot a corner three right here, Adam. You ready for this? Corner three for Guess. Here it is.
There it is. Guess comes off that screen, puts up the three, and they're going to call the foul. Yes, they did.
Nope,
well,
shot clock.
Nope, we got a foul over here.
Oh, okay.
So it's the right call.
She indeed did foul her.
Yeah. And so this will send Guess to the free throw line to shoot three here. First free throw, back iron, no good.
She got a nice rotation on her ball. That's why she's a good shooter. Like I said, she's shooting 60%, 66% mechanics, and the other 33% are backspin and depth perception. And then you just got to practice it over and over. And
you find a rhythm. That's all free throws is. Find that rhythm.
Yep.
I was an old school three dribble, spin, deep bend at the knees, snake bite. And I could shoot free throws back in the day.
At one time in my life, I was three dribbles and a spin. But the spin kind of put me off balance a little bit when I would gather. So then I just went three dribbles. I did the spin too, but it would kind of, I guess, put my hands off balance. I couldn't choose where I had the ball in my hands. I like to put my finger under the L on Wilson in the Wilson Jet, the old Wilson Jet ball we used to use, slick one.
I was from the school of Billy D. Cook, and anybody that, and he was like Norris Ashley. You played ball from second grade up, so anybody that was part of his program all shot free throws the same way.
Okay, yeah. I played for my father, Dave Baldwin, and his thing was pretty much as long as your hands are right, I don't care what you do before you shoot it. But you got to have the beef method, balance, eyes, elbows, follow through. That was kind of the way we went with it.
Layup is no good. Three-pointer on its way. Yes, for Dunlap.
Nowadays, wisdom is it really doesn't matter what your mechanics are, but if you do it enough, you'll be fine. And I don't really agree with that, but that's just kind of the way folks are. And I think that's a little bit of the soft way of thinking, where folks don't want to hurt folks' feelings and say, "Hey, man, you got bad form," you know, or you're teaching this wrong. So.
Inside a minute to play now. I'm with you 100%. It drives me crazy.
There's a reason good shooters have the best form, right?
Absolutely. Three-pointer from the corner is on its way. No good. Dunlap with the rebound. Dunlap going to try to get up the floor, and she traveled. Good call that time as she caught the basketball. She was trying to tip it forward, but the ball kind of bounced back a little bit closer, so she caught it with her wrist, took a few extra steps, and turnover.
For sure. Couldn't quite get a handle on it, but that's okay. I think she was trying to get the ball before one of her teammates who maybe hadn't scored. Trying to be unselfish, but it happens.
So ASU Mid-South with the basketball. Jump step in the paint. Kiss off the glass is no good. Rebound to ICC. Jumpers off the mark, no good. Rebound, put back, no. Still tipped around, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll go back to Mid-South.
Norman's all around the ball, though. It doesn't matter if it's a tip-off or the last 10 seconds of the game. She's going to be all around it.
So with 12 seconds to play here in the contest, ICC is going to wrap this one up in red and blue. We'll immediately go into our Renaissance Bank postgame report. As a wild shot put up, no good. Guess with the rebound, and that's going to do it. ICC wins it 83-44 in the first game of the evening, and let's go ahead and talk about it. Your final thoughts on the contest.
Man, it was just that one team had 10 basketball players, and the other one truthfully had one. I don't know if I would say this game was won in the spring during recruiting season, but Coach Porter's team was prepared to play. They came at it in waves. Depth was a big issue, and when you control the talent pool and when you control the tempo of the game, it's usually going to come out in your favor. They just kept attacking the basket in transition, and they really held ASU Mid-South to one shot defensively. If you can hold them to one shot, push your tempo, it's usually going to favor you in the outcome.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some final stats here for ICC. These stats being brought to you by the Sonic here in Fulton. Siri Dunlap, a big game out of her. She had 11 points. Whitney Watkins had 19, 17 of those coming in the first half. 10 points for Burgess, 5 points for Guest, 8 points for Gandy, 6 points for Overton, 6 points for Norman. Freelow had 2, 16 for Wilson, and that's going to do your scoring for the first game of the night. So we're going to step away, come back with the guys' game in about 20 minutes here on the ICC Sports Network. Lady Indians win it 83-84. Back in 20 minutes here on the ICC Sports Network.